Hey everybody, it's Adam from Grow Life, Bountiful Branches. Yes, I still have the Christmas tree up. The wife hasn't been able to take it down yet. Yay! Anyway, it's beautiful outside. Let's get out there and talk maple syrup. Here we go. Hey, welcome back everybody. It's been about a week since we started collecting sap from our maple trees. All right, so let me boil this down real simple, make it real sweet for you. Those are puns if you didn't know. Anyway, maple syrup. Ready? You collect the sap from the maple trees and you boil it. End of story. That'll get you maple syrup. Okay? There's a lot of things on how to do it, but basically, that's it. I got cats down there. Hi. That's it. Boil the sap from the tree. End of story. Now, here's what you do. You collect the sap, which I showed you last week. Okay? We use those buckets right there. All right? You collect the sap and you use something to boil it down with. Right now, I'm doing the expensive way and just using a turkey fryer. Okay? I say expensive because it uses propane to boil. You want to boil a lot. Preferably not in your house because you're going to get your house totally humid and the ceiling's dripping and possibly just a little bit of sticky just is not good. Wallpaper and paint coming off the walls. Don't ask me how I know. Anyway, okay, we've also used a wood stove outside with a big pan, okay? You can use a wood stove. You can heat with wood. A lot of people will use cinder blocks and make like a big U shape and put their pan over it and make that like their fire area underneath. Some people will get evaporators, which are something to cook it like propane or wood, like a stove, but then there's a certain pan that has troughs in it, okay? And that boils the sap and it moves down along, and by the time it gets to the spigot and there's a certain temperature, it's done. Okay? Now, boiling it down, okay? It will take, on average, 32 to 50 gallons of that sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup. It all depends upon the sugar content that you have going on that year, okay? Different years, the sap will have different sugar content. All it is, sugar and vitamins in your sap, because it's basically food going up to help the tree. You're not taking it all, don't worry. You're not gonna kill the tree, all right? I've got some friends out here. I had some claws in my leg just a second ago. Anyway, all right, so it all depends on the sugar content. That's why we say an average of 32 to 50 gallons, okay? And a lot of times what will determine the sugar content is how sunny it was the previous summer, okay? All right, that's just a little extra specifics. So sometimes it takes less and sometimes it takes more, but either way you look at it, you are boiling a lot. A lot of water off. So you're just evaporating, you're boiling the water off to condense the sugar and the vitamins that are in the maple sap from the tree, okay? How do you know when it's ready? How do you know when it's syrup? Well, easiest way is 7 degrees above the boiling point of water where you're at. Different places, water boils at depending on, height above sea level and all that stuff. Water boils close to 212. We checked ours out here. We have water boiling at 211 degrees Fahrenheit. So for us, we know that when we boil that sap down and it is 218 degrees because that's our boiling point plus 7 degrees. We do Fahrenheit. 218, she's syrup. Okay, so as you boil it down, the longer you boil, the more you'll find there's some cloudy stuff in it. It changes color. First of all, you know, it's almost water-like when we come out of the tree. When you boil it down, it will start getting a little more tan, a little more darker. You know, you're boiling more water and you're leaving some of the sugar. Anyway, there will be some sugar sand. It could be a little cloudy. Usually it's when you're done boiling, it's on the bottom of the pot or the bottom of your jar. Filter that right out. It doesn't hurt a thing, okay? Even if you left it all in there, it doesn't hurt you. Some people will use a clarifier after they filter out all they can, but just to make your syrup look pretty, no thanks. I like it all natural. I like from the tree, boil it down, you're making it hot, you're sterilizing everything, canning that sucker. Anyway, so we filter that out with just a little oil filter you'd get. You know, you can use a coffee filter, just a little, not an oil filter for a car. Oil filter, like a hot oil filter, like you're cooking. Okay, they are playing, which is good, springtime. All right, and that filters that out, and then a lot of times that'll be good. Some people say use an old shirt or whatever. We actually have bought like a wool filter to make it even more refined, but you do not have to, okay? You are basically taking that sap and boiling it down, making it sugar, making it syrup. All right, there are a few things about the bubbles. You'll get bubbles in your pan, and that's giving you a key that it's getting ready, okay? So you watch that temperature. Do not let it go. Don't walk away, especially when it's getting done. When you first have 5 to 100 gallons that you're boiling off, you know, yeah, fine. You know, go, okay, well, I can for an hour or two, you know, whatever. But always check. Keep checking your boil. But once you get towards what we call the finishing part, we boil it down until we don't dare do enough because we figure out it's probably about half a gallon worth of syrup that we've got coming. So we know she's getting close. So then we actually take it inside, finish it off on the kitchen stove. And as that last bit of water, the bulk of the water gets off, the bubbles start coming. Okay, the bubbles, you'll see it. If you do it enough times, it's really cool because you will see that the bubbles will change. And then there's one where it really, it just gets going too so much. Here goes. She's growing. She's at the pinnacle. Look how far out she's coming. And it's like you either have to take it off the heat, or I think we have a part here where we touch it. You can touch it with butter.
Touch it with butter?
Sure, touch it with butter. Just touch it, quickly touch it. There you go, and then it'll all go down. Amazing. All right. One more time. Some of the old boys used to hang a piece of bacon over so that when it bubbled up and it touched that bacon, all of a sudden the bubbles settle down. I think it just reduces not the viscosity, but the, I don't know, the surface tension of the sticky, sugary bubbles. So 7 degrees above the boiling point of water, wherever you're at, filter her as you're putting her in your jar. You're good to go. Look, if you officially can it, you know, We don't like to have it last more than 2 years. I've heard that it can go, you can leave it for a long time on the shelf, you know, but after you open it, you know, make sure she's gone by 2 years. But we never have to have a problem with that. It's usually gone. But they say it can last a lot longer than 2 years, but we don't like to let it go. Like I said, it doesn't last. We use it. We use it for a lot of things. Anyway, so you guys, I hope you had a good time. I hope you try this. Try it. Try it, try it, try it. Even if you only get a few gallons of sap. I think the first time we did it, we boiled off of a few gallons, and we ended up with like, I don't know, 4 ounces of maple syrup, and it's like liquid gold. But man, when you do it, it is like you did it right from the tree, boiled it off, you made maple syrup, and you know how. And it's cool. And then you can get into other things like maple candy, maple sugar, what you can do with it. We're gonna try to do some maple cotton candy. I think that's one of our next things that we want to try to do, like make it sugar and then see if we can get a cotton candy machine or something like that. Maple cotton candy. I know they have maple popcorn down at Disney, but anyway, hey, this is Adam from Grow Life. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps us out. Comment. Are you gonna do this? Are you gonna try it? How are you gonna collect? Are you gonna collect like that? We did it off of gallon water jugs when we first started. How are you gonna collect? How are you gonna tap? You gonna tap the maple trees? Silver maple? Sugar maple? Anyway, hey guys, thanks for paying attention. Subscribe if you can. Hit that bell. Share these videos if you know somebody who wants to start. You know, we're gonna be doing a lot of gardening and stuff like that too here in the spring. But we're all about this stuff. Take care, everybody.